This is Boston G.B.R. on YouTube. I did not think it would be necessary for me to go back and reflect upon what I posted on February 11, 2013 at a public meeting in Valdosta, Lowndes County, Georgia. But I'm going to show you what the Valdosta Daily Times and all of our local television stations and radio stations failed to present to the general public. Georgia. And with what the Georgia Attorney General talked about in his handout about the open records laws and the sunshine laws, it seemed as if though some people want some people informed and others do not. And so we're going to reflect and give you a short synopsis of what took place at a public meeting here in the metro city of Valdosta, Georgia, home of Moody Air Force Base, Valdosta State University, Kendaloo Golf Course, Francis Lake, Wild Adventures Theme Park, Georgia Military College, and many other historic sites here in Valdosta. So we're going to show you a little bit of what took place at this public meeting in Valdosta, Georgia. And I'm recording this off of YouTube, which I posted for all the world.
February 11, 2013, Valdosta City School Board of Education. George Boston Rams are on location. Looking forward to the meeting tonight.
I recorded this public meeting because I want the citizens of Valdosta, Georgia, truly informed. If our sons and daughters can serve in foreign nations, then surely we should be able to know what happened in our own beloved community. And so this is why I did what I did. But you know, listen.
Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? 7 votes. And a motion on the consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second. All those in favor? Unanimous.
We're going to skip right along, but I want you to see that it was discussed that we could barely hear the people there and that there's only 32 seats. There were 57 people in attendance at this public meeting here in Valdosta, Georgia. Yet we do not have a news media that said anything about this meeting that I'm aware of, and therefore the citizens who voted these people that you see before you to be on the Valdosta City School Board of Education, they know nothing about how they conduct their business, although the citizens voted them into office. And let's move right along. I want you to understand here in Valdosta that many people are not saying anything about the closed meetings and different things that is happening in our beloved communities. But can you imagine that the president of the local chapter of the NAACP, this is Miss Lee Touchton. Let's listen to a few words that she said. But yet and still, nothing was brought up that I know of to the people here in Valdosta in South Georgia. And so it is like as if though a tree fell in the forest, but yet they'll tell us that there is not even a forest, or that the tree did not fall. But yet you can see on YouTube, and many people who visit my YouTube channel, they know that there is a forest, and they know that Lee Touchton is a tree that brought forth green leaves. But the general public know absolutely nothing, and I do mean nothing, that took place at this public meeting. And in my most humble opinion,
the board members
I think it's disgraceful.
Of the NAACP, some of y'all are up for renewal. You know who you are, and those who have never joined, we'd love to have you. We'd love for you to come, Mr. Lee, and sell your tickets to your gospel class and make me.
However, regardless of what she said, I just want you all to know that nothing was said to the general public. And this is what I've been saying for the last X number of years, that the 1860 Valdosta City Charter, which said that the mayor and council shall pass all proper and necessary laws and ordinances for the control of slaves and free persons of color, and to suppress and abate all nuisances arising from hogs, dogs, horses, and other animals. That disgraceful charter was removed in 2004 because I asked that it be removed. It was on the second floor of the City Hall leading into Judge Edwards' office. and it was reluctantly removed. And we can see that the charter was removed, but it seems as if though that mentality is alive and well. That is Lee Touchton as she leaves. And the citizens know absolutely nothing about what she said because it was not given to the general public. Now Mr. Robertson came. Listen.
Yeah, it's fine. I like to start that by saying and I'm counting for you right now. What I come here to discuss this afternoon is I represent contractors and minority workers. We are totally exhausted from being exempt from the process. And it seems as if there's something vitally wrong in our system, from the school board, from education, to the city. There's a tremendous problem that we have. We have a school that's under construction right now, and all of the contractors are from out of town, and we don't have any contractors that's locally that's working on the project. And it's bad when the children have to say to their father, that's a brick mason, saying that, why aren't you out here working on our schools? Why aren't you out there working on the school, Dad? And some plumber says that, why aren't you out there working? And see, the economics here is dead against us. And it seems as if there's some type of diabolical plotting scheme that's always being orchestrated against the people in our community. We're sick and tired. We no longer want to keep tolerating it. It seems as if someone is constructing some type of diabolical plan that's just direct against the black community for some reason. We just can't.
Is it that they didn't want the people outside of Valdosta to know that we have a problem along the lines of getting contracts and including blacks into the process that would perhaps keep our children out of jails and prisons and probation and death row, because they'll become participants in getting a part of the economic pie? We can only wonder why this information at a public meeting in the state of Georgia it's like it didn't even happen. How can the people at Moody Air Force Base feel good and want to come to this base in seeing the news suppressed to this degree? How can the mothers and fathers be comfortable in sending their sons and daughters to attend Valdosta State University, Wiregrass Technical College, or Georgia Military College when they see the news apparently not being given to the people? Are we not a nation of laws, and does not our sons and daughters travel in foreign countries and serve on battlefields to protect these rights? Then why is it that we here in Valdosta, Metro City, do not have a newspaper or a television station or radio stations that will cover this cutting edge news, especially when you listen to Reverend Rose asking the elected officials about how the superintendent will be selected? But yet, it's like a tree falling in the forest, and then they tell us that the forest did not exist. Let us continue listening to Minister John Robertson along the lines of addressing the needs of the economically oppressed. Listen, please.
Can't seem to get anything done. We need to be involved with some of this money that's being spent. I'm not going to get up and say federal funds. I'm talking about dollar bills. Money that can help educate our children, that we can do better than we are doing. When they come into our communities right in the middle of the black town and sit up and build a whole construction of schools, and we see all Hispanics and everybody out there working, and the local people can't even get a job, and they house the little children.
And not only can we not get a job, we can't even get the news reported to the general public. So the ministers of Jesus Christ, those who follow the teachings of Islam, those who follow Judaism and Buddha, can even make an intelligent decision based on facts coming from the elected officials and the decisions that they make, because the people don't know what's going on in this community. And this is just like the meeting that took place over in Brooks County in Quitman, Georgia on July the 17th that dealt with alleged voter intimidation and violation of voters' rights, but yet nothing was said about it. Even the Secretary of State, Brian Kemp, sent an investigator from Macon over to investigate, and we met probably some 30 people, and yet nothing was published in the Quitman Free Press nor the Valdosta Daily Times. And this is what happening in South Georgia, and we can only ask, where's the Georgia Attorney General?
And then You guys are you're part of a system and you make a difference. I commend you for the things that you do right.
Look at all these citizens sitting and can bear witness that George Boston Rhymes are trying to keep the general public informed. And I wonder how disappointed they were to look at the local South Georgia news media and not see anything published about this public meeting in the state of Georgia, in this metro city of Valdosta, Loudoun County, the state of Georgia. What say you, my brothers and sisters stationed at Moody Air Force Base, the wing commanders and squadron commanders and public affairs? How do you feel about this? To you professors at Valdosta State University, how do you feel about this? I think you ought to let somebody know about it.
But I can give you for the things that you do wrong. And the thing that you're doing wrong is you're really not putting no true emphasis. You're not putting no real gut into it. I went out and talked to a contractor this morning, and I asked him, I said, how have you solicited any contract? He said it was printed in the paper. He said that we went through the bid process. He didn't even give me a chance to really elaborate on really why we were there to have our discussion. He had, from his answer, it was something that was already pre-discussed.
And some people believe that the process that's concerning this choosing of a superintendent of the Valdosta City School have already been determined. And so you're going to see Reverend Rose, the president of the SCLC, ask questions. You just heard a historic figure, Lee Touchton, the president of the NAACP and interim president, make a statement. But you don't know nothing about that. But you can get it here on YouTube. It's all here because we don't want you deaf, dumb, and blind to the time. We want you to know the truth. Let's continue listening to Minister Robinson.
As if we already had known that they were going to be from out of town, that we won't get no local contract. We are tired of that. We sick of that. And you guys will come up here and sit up and look all dignified, but you ain't looking at the immorality that's occurring in our communities. We're sick and tired of our children running around and having to go for the second best and got to run around there, guys getting shot in the head and all these kind of things in our neighborhoods, in our communities. You guys are the contributors. You are the changers of that. And you need to conduct yourself in this manner. You need to look at these policies and be scrutinizing when it comes down to.
Would you like to have known what a minister of Jesus Christ said? He's concerned about the crime rate in our community and how the lack of economics and jobs impact how our children act, how the parents act. And so this is what he addressed. But that is apparently that's not concerning. That's not of concern to some people in our community. And this is why I took it upon myself to create a blog and this YouTube to let the people know what is going on, even when those who traditionally should report the news are not reporting it. Not only in I meet with professors at VSU sometimes on weekend, and we dialogue and we share ideas. And they know what time it is as well. Listen, please.
Did you get an opportunity to bid? This young lady back here was discussing that she's looking for an architect. We got architects. When got a company called Triumph that's part of the BSAL, the small emerging businesses in Valdosta, put on by the city. And it seemed as if it's a big joke that no one is really putting emphasis. These guys that was put on the spotlight, all on the television, and they'll close their doors. I know I might not have very much time left, but I want to tell you this. We are sick and tired of it, and we want to get something done, and we're going to do everything in our power to have something done. On that note there, thank you.
And Reverend Robertson closed out, and I'm going to ask you to stick with me as we go to the next clip. The next clip will be the President, Floyd Rose, as he asked some pertinent questions to the Board of Education here in Valdosta. And we want you to see how they responded to him, if they responded at all. And I'm asking again that the Georgia Attorney General maybe need to come down and let us know how a public meeting should be conducted, because I believe that the citizens and the voters should be responded to and not ignored here in Valdosta and South Georgia, this metro city. Hold on, next clip in a minute. This is George Boston Rhymes, kvci.blogspot.com, YouTube Boston G.B.R. Keeping you informed because somebody got to do it. Peace.